This video is called Marxist Criticism Simplified, and I have explained the concept of Marxist criticism and how Marxist criticism approaches literature. Then I've talked about the class struggle, explained the class struggle, talked about the bourgeois and the proletariat struggles, and I have simplified it as far as possible so that it is effective enough for my students as well as other students and viewers, subscribers who would like to have a simplified knowledge of the entire concept of Marxist criticism and sociological approach. I hope it helps you. How does the sociological approach of literary criticism examine a novel? Sociological approach of literary criticism firmly believes that the relationship between art and society is very important. The examination of this relationship between art and society is essential for a better and much more suitable understanding of art or literature. And it also plays a very important role in shaping our response to a work of art. So, what does the sociological approach basically examine? The sociological approach examines literature based on the cultural, economic, and political background in which it was written. The writer's background, the life, the social background, the type of society in which the writer lived and wrote the work is examined in order to understand if these elements are represented in the novel, the drama, or the poem created by the writer, the poet, the author, or the novelist. The novel written by the author or the writer is closely studied and examined in order to find out if the society has been represented in a positive light or a negative light, or if it is just an impartial observation and description of a particular social background. Sociological approach helps the reader and the critic who examines or analyzes the text to understand what the writer thinks about the society based on how it has been represented in the text under consideration. So, what is the purpose of the sociological approach of literary criticism? The sociological approach of literary criticism helps students, readers, and critics to have a better understanding of the novel and its social context or background. Which is the most influential aspect of sociological approach of literary criticism? It is, of course, Marxist criticism. What is Marxist criticism and how does it approach or examine a text? Now, novels are examined as a reflection of the social background in which they were created. Marxist criticism looks into the social, political, and economic elements which have been represented by the novelist in the novel. It looks at the description and the depiction of the class struggle in a novel. I have used the word novel, but it can also refer to a drama. So, what is class struggle? The struggle between the haves and the have-nots is the class struggle. Now, Karl Marx and Engels believed that there are basically two classes of people in every society. They are the haves or the bourgeois or the ruling class or the rich people. And the other class is the have-nots or the proletariat or the working class or the poor people. Marx and Engels believed that throughout history there has always been a struggle or a conflict between the bourgeois and the proletariat. And they call this particular struggle or conflict between the two classes as the class struggle. Why this class struggle? The bourgeois or the rich or the haves pay the proletariat or the workers or the have-nots money to make things for them. They give them employment, they give them jobs in their factories and industries. The bourgeois have the resources, the financial, economic, physical resources, material resources which helps them to build factories and industries. But they need people who will make things inside these factories and industries. And the people who make constitute the working class or the workforce, who are the proletariat. Now, the bourgeois, they control the capital or money and the means or the modes of production. So, the workers who work in these factories and industries, they actually do not have any choice regarding the product that they are making or the salary or the wages they get from their employer or from the bourgeois employers. The workers need the money provided by the employers as salary in order to survive. So this lack of rights with respect to choice of work and wages creates dissatisfaction in them, and they become involved in a struggle or a battle against their employers or owners for better wages, better working conditions, and a much more equitable society. So, what is means of production? Means of production, also known as means of labor. It refers to the materials or things, the tools or instruments used by workers to make products. Machines, tools, equipment, land, raw materials, money or capital and energy are required by workers for making or producing things. There are different means of production, and different societies use different means or ways of producing things. These modes or means of production are owned by either an individual or a group of individuals. When a single individual or a group of individuals owns the means of production privately, then they are known as capitalists. And a country that has a number of such capitalists is known as a capitalist society. USA is a capitalist society. So what is the purpose of Marxist literary criticism? What does it do? Marxist literary criticism closely studies the form, the style, and the meaning that is conveyed by the text under consideration. It could be a novel, it could be a drama, it could be a poem. It actually looks closely at how the form, the style, and the meaning of the novel or the drama or the poem is a product of the society and the history of that particular moment. Marxist literary criticism examines how the class struggle is described in the text under consideration. Does it support the ideology or the principles and policies of the ruling class or the rich or the bourgeois, or does it support the ideology of the working class or the poor or the proletariat? Now, I have tried to simplify Marxist criticism, and I hope this video will help you in understanding the purpose and the goal of Marxist criticism and how it is applied in the study of a text under consideration. Thank you.